If you just with a little bit of attention, that's enough. The class will be useful to you as an intellectual class. You may learn a little bit of knowledge. But by that, you are having only the 33% of the benefit. Not more than that. Not more than that. If you attend only as an intellectual class, when you go out, you will tell, wow, this Swami is a very great orator. How nicely he speaks. Only that much. That is not going to help you. That's not going to give you the total result. Next thing, you can attend with a little bit of heart, emotion. You may be searching for some meditation. You may be thinking, you might have heard about meditation somewhere in some book, and that is now, in modern day, that is a best-selling ideology. So somewhere you must have read, so you are thinking, I should go for some meditation. So somehow you heard about me, you are coming here. If you attend with a little bit of emotion, or a little bit of thinking of meditation, a little bit of art, you may have the second layer. You may feel a little refreshed. You may feel a little relaxed. You may feel a little joyful. But even that is not enough. When you feel a little bit joyful, you will go and tell, wow, we had a beautiful weekend this time. It was really a nice weekend. But even that is not enough. Only when you attend with your whole being, only when you put your whole effort, then you will see something new happens in your being. Only then you will really have all the 100% benefit. If you sit only with your head, you will have only 33%. If you sit with your heart, a little bit of involvement, you will feel only the 66. Only when you put your whole being, 100%, you will see the total result. Or you will attend, you will take this as a spiritual program. The whole being can be touched. A real result can happen. Water becomes steam only at the 100th degree, never at the 99.9. If you put 99.9 also, it is simply useless. Put your whole thing, whatever efforts you have, put the whole thing and do the meditations. Put the whole thing and do the meditations. Whatever effort you have, whatever energy you have, whatever mind you have, of course you cannot get others' mind, you cannot catch others' energy, but whatever you have, put the whole effort and do it. Put the whole effort and do it. One man fell sick. Asked his colleague to suggest a good doctor. The colleague suggested, here is Dr. Pill, very good doctor. Go to him. He will surely cure you, but he is a little costly. He takes $500 for his first visit. For next visit, $100. But surely he will cure you. The man wants to go to the same doctor, but wants to save a little bit money also. So he planned, went to the doctor, entered his cabin, told, doctor, I have come back. He acted as if he is coming for the second time. Not even for a moment doctor was duped or fooled. He quickly checked it, and after a few minutes he declared, oh, continue the same medication which I gave last time. Continue the same medicines which I gave last time. See, when you try to say, you get only that much of result. You get only that much of benefit. Not more than that. So only when you put your whole thing, you get the total benefit. whenever the meditations are practiced, don't reserve your being off and don't reserve your being or the head or anything. Understand the instructions and put your being totally, put your whole effort. Otherwise, you will see, you will be having only the intellectual knowledge. Of course, it is not that, it's not worth having. It is, but it is not total. It is not total. Just to have the intellectual knowledge, you don't have to come here, sit in front of the computer, or sit in front of some professor. They will speak, they will tell you in a much better way. They will at least tell you in your English. I am speaking in my own English. I am sorry about it, but I know only this much of language. There are many people who are much better orators than me. There are so many ways to get the knowledge. Just sit in front of computer. Nowadays, there is no need even for any professor or anything. Just sit in front of internet. You get all the information, but it will be only intellectual. If you attend this class also, only with your head, only with your attention, it will be nothing more than intellectual. If you attend with a little heart, little love, sympathy for me, oh, he seems to sound logical. He seems to be a little honest. Let me see what he says. That much of sympathy. With that, if you sit, of course, you will taste some one meditation. You will have the taste of one meditation. You will feel a little relaxed. You will feel a little joyful. But only when you put your whole being, you really feel the bliss. You really feel the transformation. You really feel that something new has happened to you. Only then you feel some new experience it is. Here I am not teaching only by words. I am teaching more by energy and the methods, more by the techniques. So please don't miss even one technique or one session. Don't miss even one technique or one session. Put your whole effort. Please remove all the watches. You are going to be timeless zone at least for next 36 hours. If possible, no jewelry also. What for we are here? So we are here only for meditation. Because the gold holds the energy. Whenever the energy is created in your system, in your being, wherever the gold is there, it just blacks in those points. That's why I say no jewelry. Minimum jewelry. As minimum as possible. Of course, I am having a very big jewelry. I don't need to become enlightened anymore. That's why I am having. Put your whole effort, one thing. Next thing, whenever you do your meditations, whenever you take up something like these unique things to go beyond the mind, your mind will create the maximum troubles, maximum disturbance. I always tell, in India, of course in India it's a big problem, here it is not. Mind and the meditation are just like mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. They can never stay together. Of course, here the problem itself is not existing. Almost. Here the mother-in-law problem is there. Only you should ask me. No. Huh? You see, individually both are very good persons, But when they are together, they count. Just like that, your mind and the meditation. Both of them try to possess you. Then problem starts. Your mind will never let the meditation to happen to you. It will try all its best to disturb you, to distract you. Don't bother about it. Put your effort. Don't bother about the mind. When you are asked to practice some techniques, there are many techniques which are going to be practiced. Either deep breathing or humming, or there are many techniques going to be. When you do the deep breathing and all, after 1 or 2 minutes you will feel, no, I feel I may faint. I think I am not feeling well. Last 2-3 days I had a slow fever. I think I am having a back pain. Let me rest for this meditation, let me do the next meditation. Mind will give all its reasons. Please don't listen to the mind. Even if you faint, don't bother. Volunteers are here, we will take care of you. We will sprinkle water and wake you up. Make you again meditate. Don't think by fainting you can escape. No. Again you will be made to meditate. Yeah. Small incident which happened in the Zen monastery. A man came and asked the master, Master, I want meditation. I want Zen. Master told, meditate silently for 3 months. He was meditating. Nothing happened. Again he went and asked, meditate silently for 3 months. Nothing happened. Same way it continued for 5 times. 6th time the disciple told, it's enough, I am leaving the ashram. Master told, no, wait, only for 1 week. Then also nothing happened. This time Master told, tell yourself, in 3 days you are going to become enlightened or you will kill yourself. Disciple told, all right, that's the right thing. Because what is the use in living? I have no other way. He decided and sat. Either I become enlightened and get up or I die. The moment when he sat, he became enlightened. It's nothing. The meditation or the spirituality is nothing. It is just your conscious decision. A clear conscious decision. I will. Let your urge become urgent. Let your whole being be used. If you have back pain, don't bother, do totally. You will see the back pain disappears. Because around the world, thousands and thousands of people have practiced these meditation techniques. I have always seen. If you ask the people who attended, then you will be able to understand. You will be able to listen their experiences. Not 1 or 2. Here the Swarna was telling me, she had 15 years of back pain. It has simply disappeared. It's not there at all. How many months over? She's not here. I think more than 2-3 months. 2-3 months, no? Last time when you attended? 5 months over. Huh? September you came attended. You all came and attended. September they attended. Now already 5 months over. She says back pain has disappeared. This is not the one case. There are thousands and thousands. Why I say this? The techniques are foolproof. Don't bother about it. Put your whole effort. Don't intellectually analyze. You see, discourses you analyze anything. Intellectually you can understand. Techniques you cannot understand. They are something more deeper. They are something to do with your being. Intellectually, you cannot analyze. Intellectually, it's difficult to understand. So, put your whole effort, then you will see the result happening in your system. Your system is just, your being is flowering. Don't have any reservations to practice the meditation, to participate in anything. Whenever any session is brought up, any program is brought up, put your whole effort, put your whole being. In the Zen they say, the enthusiasm of initial level. Initial level, you have always enthusiasm. They say a beautiful word, honeymoon. It's from Zen. The word honeymoon is from Zen. I always tell the people, it's only honeymoon, never honey sun. Why? How long a moon will stay? How long a moon will stay? 16 days. In 16 days, it will disappear. Only 16 days is the life of the moon. 16 days is the time of the moon. Of course, for us, 16 days is the time. The emotion also will stay only for 16 days. That is why it is honeymoon, never the honey sun. They say the moon of the enthusiasm of the honeymoon, the initial enthusiasm. Anything when you start, you have a tremendous enthusiasm. Kids, when they go to the school, initially they will have a tremendous enthusiasm. Do everything with that enthusiasm, with that excitement. Do everything, try with everything, with that excitement, with that sincerity, with that effort. 2-3 more things. A small story from Zen. Once a king went to see the Zen master. He sent his visiting card through a disciple to the master. The card says the name of the king and below Governor of Japan. When the card was taken to the master, I have no business with such a fellow, send him back. The master sent the card. When the card was brought back to the king, he realized his mistake, took a pencil, erased the word Governor of Japan, sent the same card with only his name. When the card was taken to the master again, oh, is it this man? Bring him here, I am waiting to see him. When the card was sent, his name and the title, Governor of Japan, master was not ready to see him. When the card was sent only with his name, master says, bring him, I am here to see him. So when you carry your title, you can't have Zen, you can't have meditation. Wherever we go, we carry our visiting card. Never think visiting card is this size. Visiting card is hoarding size, actually. We are carrying it on our head. That is why wherever we go, we get stuck, we get the blows. You continuously carry your titles on your head. Just for these 2 days, please keep your titles where you leave your shoes. Keep your titles where you keep your shoes. Keep your mind, keep your worries, keep your titles where you keep your shoes. I can be sure they will be there. When you go back, you pick it and go. Your shoes may be lost, but never your titles. Because your shoes will be useful for somebody else, but never your titles. Never your mind. Your shoes may be useful for somebody, but your mind will be useful for nobody. So don't bother. Leave them where you leave your shoes. When you go back, tomorrow evening, tomorrow night, you can pick them up. You can be sure they will be there safely.